Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Microphone is working. Excellent. Just real quick, we're going to be taking a look at Aesir EU versus Meax. They played this game 2 days ago against each other, and Meax just showed like really strong defaults throughout the game. They showed strategy that we don't see a lot of other teams using right now within the VRML. It's quite common strategies in CSGO. If any of you guys played other older TAC FPS games, then you've seen this 100 times before. If you haven't seen this before, it's going to be really useful. Let me just switch scenes real quick, and I will show you what I'm talking about. So, here we have Kitty, A site up here, B site up here. We have Meax on attack, playing against Aesir EU. So Aesir EU have set up with one towards headshot at the back of Q1, one over towards like not CT Rock but the other big rock just outside of CTA. They also have one who's playing aggro alley. He is their only aggressive player in this play. So backside headshot plays passive, he's watching for long. This guy plays passive, he's watching for a cross into sight. This guy is literally playing passive as hell. In fact, actually, sorry, when I took this screenshot, this guy was the top waves player. He's in the middle of a rotate right now. We also have this guy playing passive. He was bubble. When this rotate kicked off from top waves, he moved out of bubble. I presume he's going to arches right now. We're going to jump back and watch this round from the start. But you can see here that the way Meeks are set up is they have one player on A going hyper aggressive inside of Valley. He's looking for gunfights towards headshot here, or anyone who's trying to play inside like the wall on Q1, or anyone who's playing inside of site. Then as well, we have this player playing over towards dice, a main area, anywhere sort of here. He just watches for anyone coming towards bridge. He's also keeping an eye if anyone tries to come out from CTA. You have Gray and Random Arrows who take Scanner as well, and they're playing bottom skate. You'll see in the video here that they play really passive in bottom skate. So let me just bring this back to the start of the round, and we'll jump into this.
For now, still running off.
Let me turn this down as well. You all don't need to hear Chumbit.
That off to the races we go. It's
Okay.
Meax on the offense, Scanner going skate
So
side.
pay attention to
Picked
A
up by
players
none
here
other
as well on the
than the
minimap up
random
at the
arrow.
top. So we have Random and Gray are coming straight out of B, and they're just going to play bottom skate and chill here. They're avoiding any of the pre-nades coming, but most importantly, they're watching for aggression towards white wall. They're not giving this up for free. So while they are passive at the bottom of skate park, they're not playing as passive players. They're active, they're watching the angle, they're preparing for a push from the opponents. They're just in a passive area of the map. They're not taking aggressive map control. When we compare this to A, right now A players would be what you could consider a passive area holding A. But keep an eye on what they do here while the B players stay back. They also do look for a fight from Kegs, and while that fight from Kegs is going on, you're going to see Random Arrows come forwards. He's going to help the Kegs player from Highway, and at the same time as this, they're going to throw util towards A. Arrows is going to throw util towards CT Rock, and this Valley player is going to push out. All of this noise on A site is going to pull this player here from Waves. This Waves player is going to get caught out in the middle of his rotate. Then Meeks can take mid control, finish on the B site, and win the round. Let's see what happens. Keep an eye on these A guys.
Pistol rounds for the first round of each side swap. So after this round, we're going to see rifles, but for now, please be patient as we're dealing with pistols only. Lots of
So
nades.
here comes the
What
air
a swing by
aggression.
Mott
Right,
here to pick up a headshot.
you saw ours through the nades
Beautiful
towards CT
kill, and
Rock as
Random
well.
Arrows is keen to find a refrag.
So Mott
Here
gets
from
up pick,
Civ,
which is
pushing
good.
on through. Random Arrows
Ours
finds
gets the
kill.
refrag.
One
At the
defender
same
here on
time
the
as that fight in mid is happening, Civ pushes bridge. So Civ secures that pond area for his team. Someone could be inside pond, yes, they don't know. But he secures the end of bridge. They now know they have bridge control. They have three-way control. They have successfully taken all of skate park, all of mid, all of A main and Valley and all of Bridge. Literally, Aesir have map control towards B site. They have no map control towards waves. They have no idea what's going on waves and caves right now. They just have Taz playing up here. They have no one in alley. Player 4 here, which I believe is Yakuza, is stuck down in pond. Player 2 was the waves player. He's been caught mid-rotate, going to the wrong side. All based on this early A aggression. This A aggression in util, pulling this player over, is what makes the difference here. If you look, if this player didn't rotate and he's there to help right now, this B hit all of a sudden isn't viable. It's nowhere near as strong. Yes, B is still the obvious decision to go for, but the strength in that hit is way, way less. Whereas because they have this guy in a 2v1, this is basically free. Bridge player can fast rotate to alley. They can get out of alley before the pawn player manages to get up. Even if the pawn player does rotate fast enough and gets up here, they have a 2v1 against him while Grey distracts the side player. Then they have a 3v1 or a 2v1 against the side player. It's free.
B site. Ooh, Civ finds another. Here comes John Yakuza. John Yakuza, a deadly shot, finds Civ. Not a double, though. Quick refrag by Random Arrow.
Great refrag
Scanner
from Arrows.
still
Civ takes a
in
risk
action.
there.
24
Civ
Gray
takes a
pushing up
serious risk
onto the
there,
site.
and it nearly doesn't pay off.
You can see on the map just so much carnage here in the middle. Ooh, quick engagement here on the B side.
At this point,
Call
the
out
round's
should
run.
be
The
going
theory's
out
over.
as land.
Well played from Meax. So, going into round 2, just let me grab my notes real quick and see if there is anything specific I should mention. Obviously, Meeks are going to come in, and Meeks being Meeks, they're going to run the same default that they always run. So they come into this and they're going to send the 2 towards A, 1 towards Kegs, 2 towards B, looking to help Kegs from Highway, playing passive in B off the early round, while one of the A players holds towards Bridge and the other one goes aggressive in Valley, with a goal of pushing towards backside A. Now, Meeks' whole strat here, in my opinion, is to play off contact on either A or Alley. If they get a pick Alley, or if they hear contact Alley, then Arrows and Grey are going to take space in Skate Park and try to help up Highway. If they don't get any pick or noise Alley, they just sit here and chill. Kegs holds, waits for someone to push in. These guys hold, wait for someone to try take space from Waves into Skate Park, while the Valley player pushes up. In my imagination here, they're going to throw their util towards A the way they do, and the Valley player is going to make his aggressive play towards backside in hopes that it pulls a rotate. When it does pull that rotate, they can then come in with either a 3v1 or a 3v2 onto A site while keeping at least one player alive who's going to lurk around towards bridge slash pond. So Acer's going to try counter this by pinching from alley and from pond this round, but Izza's going to make a really big play. If Isabel didn't make this play, this would have been a really nice counter. However, Acer decide to stop running this counter pretty much right away. Let's see what happens here real fast.
Scanner
So we have
held
Grey
by
and
none other
Random
than
coming
Random
out, and
Arrows.
they're going to play
Again, going
passive
through
here.
skate, and we can see a
You can
strong
see an early
push up.
nade,
No,
but they
actually
still
kind
play
of
far
a
back.
late push
They're
up.
just chilling.
Ooh, nade,
Isabel takes the
nearly
early
a
fight,
trade,
as
but look at
expected.
Mott.
They don't want to give up
Oh,
mid.
can't handle the swing by Isabel.
Yakuza is
Finds
going to catch
one. Here's
Epaza
some
on his
gunshots
way
throughout
up
the
and out of pond here.
alleys.
Then
Down
he takes a
goes
gunfight with
John
Isabel
Yakuza, a
over
double
bridge,
by
but
Isabel,
Isabel's going to take down
controlling
Yakuza and
the middle
instantly
alleys here.
take
Okay,
alley
we'll hear that
control.
cough in the
As
snow.
Isabel takes this
Ooh,
alley
nearly
control,
finds
we have
one.
Random
They
Arrows
let
and
go of the
Grey,
trigger, or
both
they
double
ran out of
swinging
ammo.
waves,
Random
then
Arrows
getting white wall
comes out on
control.
top. Scanner
After
still
this, they're going to
deployed.
look for a
24
double
Gray.
swing
What a double by
down into
Taz, shutting
caves.
down
However,
skate
Taz is going to pick
completely.
up a
Just
double
like
kill
that,
and
Acer
finish
EU,
both of
they've
them
flipped
right there.
the
This
they've flipped the
leaves
tables. They've
Isabel in a
tables have
2v1,
turned
but this
turntables.
was a very strong play from Meeks. If they win that 2v1 gunfight, all of a sudden they're in a
All
2v2
up to
and they
Isabel
have
right
B
now,
site.
crouching, walking
Theoretically
through the
speaking,
middle
they had the
alleys.
advantage
Won't be
there.
giving
They
out audio
just
keys,
messed
but
up
they should
playing
have
against
heard
Taz. If Taz
Flying
didn't get that
Dutchman
double
to
kill,
their
they win the
right.
round. Another really strong
Now
default,
Taz,
and you can see
deadly
how
low health,
fast
will
everything
earn
went down
double.
here. So if I bring it back, and just from the start, focus on John Yakuza, player number 2 here, he's going to come up pond. Watch how Meeks react to how Yakuza fucks their strat, okay? Whenever we're running a strat and something like this happens, typically people start to panic. let's say we're pushing A on Miru, and they swing A main and get a kill on one of us, and then unswing. All of a sudden, it goes from, okay, guys, we're going to go towards A main, we're going to throw our smokes, we're going to set up, we're going to run in. One of us dies, and everyone's like, ah, holy shit, everyone's got their guns up. People are trying to run towards A main to get the refrag. It's insane. Watch how Meax keep their composure here as Yakuza makes plays out of bridge.
Strong push up. No, actually, kind of a late push up.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Yakuza
Nate,
chilling right now. He's
nearly
going
a
to catch
trade, but look
Ipaza,
at
who's going for
Moss.
the aggressive volley.
Oh, can't
They
handle the
read that he's
swing
going to
by
go for it again
Isabel.
this round.
Finds one.
Yakuza's
Here's some
chilling right now.
gunshots
Isabel
from
is
the
ready to fight Yakuza, and he's going to
alleys.
start
Down
to come up.
goes John
Isabel gets
Yakuza,
the
a
pick
double
on
by
Yakuza
Isabel,
right away.
controlling
Refrag
the
comes in
middle alley.
within 3 or 4 seconds there. She knows that Yakuza wants to get bridge control. Yakuza's just killed Ipaza. It's obvious that the next logical thing for him is either to hold for, I believe, Civ, hold for Civ on A main, or attempt to take more map control towards bridge. So, Izza holds bridge, gets the free pick.
He's here. Pan will hear that cough in the smoke. Ooh.
Important to notice, after that, after Isabel gets the free pick, there's no panic from Arrows. Arrows and Grey don't fucking run up highway as soon as Epaza dies. They stay in B. They do their job. They don't let anyone get waves. They don't let anyone get skate park control. Isabel's dealing with mid. That's Isabel's job. That's part of the plan. There's no reason to stop the plan. Isabel wins her gunfight, and they continue with the plan to take control towards B.
Nearly finds one, but they let go of the trigger or they ran out of ammo, ran out of arrows. Comes out on top. Scanner still deployed. 24 Gray. What a double by Taz, shutting down Skate completely. And just like that, Aesir EU, they've flipped the tables. They've turned the tables have turned tables. Olaf up to Isabel right now, crouching, walking through the middle alleys. Won't be giving out audio cues, but they should have heard flying duck. If they're lucky, they can really wreak havoc. But they realize no one's home. Here comes the crash back. 10 seconds for three
Isabel runs a
folks.
time down.
Back
Should
into
have
the
went to be
action we
faster.
come.
Unfortunate.
Thanks.
So, for round 3, Meeks are going to run the same default again. This time, Acer are going to make a big change. This is going to be important to look at. Let me grab a quick screenshot and we can talk about it. Let's kill this one and grab a new one. Cool. Okay, so Acer went for an aggressive play towards mid. They decided they wanted to counter mid control in round 2 by playing aggressive and sending 2 players towards mid. They commit 2 lives towards it. One from alley, one from pond. The problem that went wrong in that play is Isabel just mechanically outplays them and wins a 1v2 when she shouldn't have. Acer could have took that read as, okay, Isabel won a 1v2, but we made the right play. Let's run the same thing again. It's something that we would normally do. Instead, what Pan does here is he calls a complete change in their setup, a complete change in the way they play defensively here. What you're going to see is, let me just double check my notes to make sure I've got this right. Yeah, okay. So one of them is going to play passive on backside A towards Q1 slash headshot. The other one is going to play passive pawn stairs. He is not going to push. He's not going to fight bridge. He is not going to come up into this area above stairs at all. He's going to stay pawn stairs. Okay? We're going to get one top waves, one CTB, watching alley, but they're not fighting down alley. They're not fighting down waves. They're not taking these long range gunfights at these angles that they're giving up for free. The last player is going to play passive inside B. He's not fighting down caves. In fact, I'm pretty sure even at one point Taz moves towards mouse and he's just holding from here like this. So he can't even see down caves if he wanted to. Okay? What's really important to note here is Acer are calling that they want to play a passive play. Okay? If you want to play against a default passive, the one thing you cannot do is peek into the map control that they already have. So Pan's calling that they're going to give up mid, right? That means that Meeks are going to take freeway for free. Meeks are going to take bridge for free. And these fights down alley, down bridge, across from A site towards bridge are horrendous. You do not want to take these gunfights. That is what a default is designed for. They want to take the map control, peek out, get a pick, get a man advantage, decide to hit a site together, and go. Okay? So, the way Aesir play this is great. Instead, they set up a crossfire. One of them's going to play stairs, John Accuser, and he's just going to play passive stairs. The other one's going to play Q1, and he's going to play passive Q1, playing off Accuser's contact. If Accuser gets swung, he's going to swing out, help him fight. Periodically, he's going to check long, make sure no one's pushing. At the same time, we have CTB, who's going to be watching for anyone pushing alley. We have top waves, sitting more towards arches, watching for anyone coming up waves quietly, listening for footsteps or util if they try to rush waves, and also holding a crossfire towards alley. So two people are watching this checkpoint, or this choke point, and this choke point. Two people are watching this choke point here, and then we have Taz passively watching B. What does this mean? It means Meax are forced to commit to choke points, run into multiple players at once, and die. Really, really, really good round from Aesir. Watch and see.
To everybody in the chat. Wraith in the chat, I'm taking a veil break because frame issues are so bad I can't take ones. Tunic, I might not be home right now, but I can't miss a Veil VRML stream. I appreciate it, Tunic. Thank you so much for supporting the casts. Lots of shots here on the ace side. A nade through the gaps. Oh!
You can see Meax are just running their usual default. Accuser gets that pick just by peeking up from the stairs, catching him running across the same way he did last round. You can see he just stays in stairs here. He doesn't go for the aggro towards bridge this time. He sits and holds Sib. He hears Isabel. He knows Isabel's there. What he's not going to do is swing up into the 2v1. Swing up into their default. They want him to peek bridge. They have two people waiting for him to peek bridge. It's free. He's going to hold his crossfire. Great, great pick. Straight back down. Doesn't try to take further. They're just locking down their choke point. Look, if Meax wants to try and push alley here fast, look at this. They have two players holding this. They're not getting out of alley for free. And most importantly, if they want to peek alley, they're not getting any kills. Nothing's being given up for free. This is risky. Gives up a trade in the end. Very risky. But at the end of the day, they're in a 4v2. You can afford to take that risk. If the call was, Yakuza push, we're going to play passive B, that's fine. Makes sense.
Oh, what a swing by random arrows.
You can see where the risk starts to feel though. Ours gets a lucky pick. Let's call it, in fact, not lucky. Arrows gets a good swing. Lucky that his opponent was dumb enough to be walking up alley there.
Here comes a crash back by one, a crash back by another.
Now we have a staggered rotation coming in. This is giving ours a chance. Okay, they win. Well played.
Wow, Pan swings, flicks, and connects with random
Almost give ours a chance there though. If he hits a headshot and then flicks across to the other angle, because he knows that they didn't double swing, which means he's either pawned, coming up pawn stairs, or he's coming the other side of CT Rock. And obviously the play is to hold CT Rock at that stage. So there is a chance ours wins that round. All based off that 4v2 decision to have Yakuza push pawn, when they could have just held the choke points. So I don't have any more notes here. We're going to be watching together live from this point out. And we're just going to finish up Kitty. And then we'll go into warm-up for the scrim.
Alrighty, folks, back into the action we go. Just had to turn some knobs, punch some buttons.
So we're going to see Meax running the same default once again.
We'll see that.
And there's actually a switch up here.
There on the A site.
Yakuza's going to move from pawn to CT Rock and get a pick, because he knows they're coming out of A main, so he's just looking for a switch up to get that pick. He got the pick from pawn 2 rounds in a row. They also know they're going to go fast pawned here. They've seen it over and over again. Yakuza gets the pick with the nade. Very, very, very nice. Insane round from Aesir. So Aesir just basically do the exact same thing here. They're just going for another passive setup, letting them run into the choke points. Yakuza moved just so he's not playing the same spot every round. He could have been worrying about nades. 2 or 3 nades towards pawns. He's guaranteed to die pretty much. He moves C2 Rock instead.
Absolutely shut down by...
Well played, Aesir. Let's
Back
check out
into
the
round
next.
5. 3 points on the board for
I would
Aesir
like...
EU.
Nice. I was going to say I'd
We're
like to
starting
see
off
Meax
strong with
make a
full
change
health,
up
but
at this
look
point,
at
5 rounds
this
in.
skate
Meax are going to go
stack.
for
A
a B-rush
4-player
here,
push onto skate, a smoke,
leaving one in
and a
kegs.
time nade
Yeah, he's just going to go
to deter
quite late
free
in kegs, to be
fire.
honest.
Lots of heavy blows.
Aesir have such a fast
Oh,
rotate
down goes
here.
a
There's
positive
no
trade.
way. Yeah.
John Yakuza nearly picks up
Meax
one.
are
Look at
screwed
random
there.
arrows going down to Taz, and it's all lifted up to Civ, who goes
Let's go back quickly. I just want
into
to see.
round 5. 3 points on the board for
So
Aesir
I think
EU.
Aesir are going to rotate extremely fast here, based on the fact they don't see this early valley presence that they'd seen 4 rounds in a row. Watch. Yakuza's going. See how fast that was? All because they'd been conditioned to see this every round, so they don't see that and insta-rotate. Meax are screwed. All they needed to do was, instead of have their lurk play mid, their lurk comes A, throws their usual A util, and pushes up valley fast, and that rotate doesn't come in. Instead, because they got frustrated, their default wasn't working, and just committed to a B rush with no A presence at all, Aesir know what's going on within 10-15 seconds of the round starting. It's just free at that stage.
A
It's a
absolute
race of who
storm
can
of
rotate
bullets.
faster.
Unbelievable.
Can Meax get on site before the rotators
Meax,
arrive?
that strat not
Watch it
going
fade in.
too well. 4-1 for Aesir EU. The first point did go to
Gonna see them go back to the default, but Scan's gonna go A this time. One of them is gonna go fast.
Oh wow, Scanner picked up by Civ, going A side now.
So they're
Shots
faking B
going
here,
through the
definitely.
smoke here
calls
on
to
the
fake
B. Timed nade. Does
They
not
get early bridge
connect
control, which is
with
really
the
strong.
skate
They know
players,
Aesir
but we
stopped
do
playing
see
Overanalysis.
Isabel
That bridge control pretty much free.
playing with John
It's been up for
Yakuza,
3
trying to
rounds in a row now.
watch the window, hearing the
And they're
footsteps
just
is a
chilling right now. They're
very
looking for a
difficult
pick.
task. Flying
Once they get a
Dutchman,
pick, I assume
raining
they're gonna
down
commit A.
bullets, as well as some shots going out
There's a
here
chance
by
the
Mott
Song
here
player's
as
gonna find
well.
headshot any second now. They're also sort of
Knife
hoping that
throw?
Ali's gonna push, but they're not getting anything.
Oh,
Isabel's
there's
actually
Pan. He heard the knife. I don't know if you
This is
guys
gonna
heard
be a
it.
big fight. Pan and Isabel. Pan's gonna spot
Let me know if
Isabel
I
with that
have
top
to
spot
turn up
and
the
you
game,
start.
folks. Let me know. Mott
Yeah,
with a double,
great pick
unbelievable.
from
What
Mott.
was that? How have they done that? Civ
So what happened
refrags the
there is, I think Meax just they got the map control they wanted, and then they couldn't find a pick. And rather than decide to work as a team, maybe take waves, they all just held their positions and waited. And then Aesir got too much info. Shit on them.
The ace side is clear, and look at this huge crash back by the defense. The swing by John Yakuza goes successful.
Numbers
Beautiful
advantage.
frag onto a pause, and it's all left up to Civ to try to
It's a good fake,
recover this round
just
for me.
lose all the
Pan
numbers.
keeps the trigger down, and a headshot connects with the AK-12. 5
They're too
points
slow.
for Aesir EU.
They
What a
needed to pick
double
something
kill
up pretty much instantly.
by Mott there
Once they
from
got that
the
chance.
alleys onto skate. That
And they
was
just don't go for it.
absolutely brutal. We're steadily approaching the team
Still
swap
really good defaults. These
on
are
round
close
9.
rounds. It's just small mistakes. Very, very, very
Here comes
good.
Meax out of spawn. Scanner going skate side
Also
once
very
again.
good to see how Aesir are changing up their defense.
It's the classic wombo combo of random arrows and 24 grade through skate. But it is a duo coming up through bunker.
I'm assuming this is
Ooh,
their
Pan finds one. What a shot.
heavy mid-control play. This is what they used to always do. We would have T having to fight them from here. Someone holding from CT Rock to fight this guy coming out of main. This is like an old style play they used to do. The way we like to counter it was play retake on A. But obviously, because they've changed so much, you can't just play retake on A every single round against them. So countering it now is going to be a bit more difficult. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that. Basically, what they're looking for is just committing 3 bodies towards mid, 1 from highway, 2 from kegs. Highway player's going to stay in highway. He's going to help if anyone pushes Sally. They're going to take bridge control. They're going to look to fight around pond, maybe get a pick towards A or pond, and then commit to A.
Unbelievable.
Fast rotate with Scam.
Big trade there onto the window in
You
the
see they lose
alleyways.
2 and they stick to their plans, and still is
Seeing
rotating through
John
mid.
Yakuza try to swing time nade, may connect
Kept both B
with
players
random
there,
arrows.
very
No, it's
util.
Flying
B
Dutchman
players
that's
have
connects
not
and it's
moved
all
yet.
lift up
They
to a
think this is
Pazzo.
just a regular default.
1v4.
Aesir's going to pick up the
Uh-oh.
picks anyway,
Oh,
leaving a puzzle.
headshots. John
Finish up
Yakuza
the round.
slams
Well
them to
played.
the ground and they have to.
The smart thing here is Aesir are still reading that it's a default, so they're not insta-rotating off A. Whenever stuff like B pressure and mid pressure happens, they know that Meax are defaulting. So they don't do anything dumb, where they just throw bodies away.
Face Flying Dutchman, who's at full health, swings in a headshot. Absolutely brutal. 6-1 for Aesir EU, and this is the last round.
Very, very important to note, if Aesir were wanting to take really early fights towards mid or towards A main or down waves, down caves, that changes the whole game here. Meeks are going to start getting early picks, early numbers advantage, they're going to start taking fast map control. Everything changes when Acer decide to stop playing passive, like we saw in the first 2 rounds. When they tried to play aggro, it set Meeks up to win rounds. Playing passive here is what gives Acer the advantage. So it's very important to note, when it's called to play passive, don't think that means stand back at top waves and try to take gunfights down waves. If you're playing passive waves, you need to let them walk up into this choke point, because this choke point, it's such a skinny area. You're going to get multiple enemies in the same place. If you throw a flash out, if you throw a nade out, double swing into it, you're going to win that fight. Take gunfights down here, that's what they want. They want to get picks and get numbers advantage. Don't give
Before
them it.
we points aside, before winning the first map, Kitty.
Specifically when they're default.
Bit of a heavier reinforcement here through Skate, Scanner, protected by 2 others
time we're gonna see a
here.
B
And
hit,
look at this
2-3
swing by
split.
Mott. May find one. Beautiful
Mott's
kill
gonna
onto
get a
Civ and
pick
a nade
straight
toss.
down waves.
Pause the
Epas is gonna get
refrags
the
through the
refrag down
alleyways.
alley
And just
there.
like that, the defense is split
Once
into
again,
2.
you see Meeks
A
just taking big
fissure
advantage of
in
the
the
early
Acer
control.
EU. Random arrows
Great pick through
finds
the smoke
Pan.
towers.
And that's 1 less on the B side, which is exactly what they need.
They can
24
swarm
Gray
in,
pushing up
3
through
by
the
swarm.
south. Big find. Taz still up and running. Big
Taz
refrag by
has
random
played
arrows. And
great
just
on
like
B
that, the
site
defense
this
has
game.
been punctured. But look at this
Ours is gonna get
lightning
the
fast
refrag there.
crash.
Against Yakuza and Dutchman, this is a hard
Oh,
situation.
wow.
For
24
anyone to
Gray
play.
whittled down to very low health. It's all left up to them and random arrows. A flash.
Good flash is gonna get
Ooh,
him
random
in,
arrows
but
catches
Ours
John
gonna get the
Yakuza, and they want
refrag.
another pick. They will hear. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
life.
Through the smoke flying Dutchman. Random arrows could not handle that. Here comes 24 Gray.
Does Dutchman know? Look at this onward player making the crouch plays. Oh!
Oh,
Well
beautiful
played,
play. And
Gray.
just like that,
Well
using the
played.
audio cues to their advantage, 24 Gray clutches it up, finding an
And
extra
I
point.
believe
Plays from bone swapped. Meax defense.
that is going to be our half. So, you can see from that a couple of very important things to note. We have the importance of actually playing passive when it's called. Whenever you're told that you need to be playing a spot passive, it doesn't mean that you need to be taking long range gunfights. You can jiggle for info every now and then. That's fine. Take a peek, look for some info, but you shouldn't be looking for fights constantly. The whole point is to let them come into those weaker areas like top waves, where it's easier for you to get frags, rather than fighting down waves where they're at white wall. If we wanted waves control, we would use utility and take waves early. Another thing that's very important to note here is how important mid control was for Meeks throughout all of their successful plays. Typically, whenever they got mid, things started to go better. The reason for this is just because it opens up the map for so many rotations. You can come from A to B, B to A so fast, even in situations where they're not doing a rotation and they just have someone 3-way. All of a sudden, when they're hitting waves, the power of that 3-way player, like we saw in the last round, to be able to swing out and refrag someone or help push down alley and help fight top waves is insane. The impact that that mid player has is very, very big and very important, and we're going to have to be very picky about who's going to play mid from now on, especially on Kitty, because we see the power of that spot through this VOD review today. Thanks for watching, guys. That was Acer EU versus Meeks, the first half of the first map. Just taking a look at the way Meeks utilized defaults on attack side and how Aesir dynamically reacted to that and split to a passive playstyle to directly counter Meax's playstyle. Thanks for watching. Bye.